Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to try and spawn Don Sibley's gun rack in my base. Um, so I'm going to walk you guys through the process of what I did and how I did it to save a lot of time. I will leave you guys a link to a paste bin which will have all the codes instead of me doing it while recording. I decided to do it before I start recording, but I have yet to actually spawn it in. So what I started with is the types.xml file. I added 4 weapons of my liking. I went with the one second. I went with the M4A1, the green. I gave it the category name, rack weapon, and the usage name, also racked. The Winchester black, the Black Tundra, I also did the same thing with the category name and the usage. The Mosin black, also again, same with the rack weapon and the racked, and the AKM, also because it's one of my favorite weapons. I also did the category name and the usage. Now, as you guys know, this will no longer make the AKM spawn anywhere else in the map. It'll only spawn on that rack. Now back to the Dayz offline Enoch. The second thing I did, I went on to the limits definition. I added in the categories the category name rack weapon and the usage name racked onto the usage flags. After doing so, I also went on to the spawnable types.xml. I added the Mosin black because it wasn't there already, and I also added the Winchester black, and I gave it the attachments it needed, and I did the same with the AKM and the M4. One more thing I did was going on to the map group proto. So what this does is how it spawns on the floor, the position they spawn in, like how they're stood, the weapons, and they're not just thrown on the floor. So this is very important. The group name being static-ness gun rack, loot floor, all of this, again, also will be in the paste bin. I added, like I said before, M4A1 green, Mosin black, Winchester black, and the AKM. Now, the very tricky thing here for me was the map group position. So usually what console modders would do is go on to the iSurvive and get a location and just, for example, I play on Livonia. I want this location in Gleniska to have the gun rack. As you guys can see, I can only get 2 sets of chords. Now, what it's asking me here, that's the first set, that's the second, that's the third. I got this by jumping on to the Dayz offline mode, which I will show you guys right now. So the only way I actually managed to get the coordinates correctly and spawn the gun rack was by going on to the Dayz offline mode on my PC, which is what most of the modders use on Dayz to spawn buildings and pretty much test stuff out, because it's not exactly a server or anything. It's just an offline mode that you pretty much allows you to do whatever in the game. You can go God mode, and as you guys can see, pretty much fly around and do whatever, like control the entire map. If you guys look into it, It's a very easy process to get this working if you have a good gaming PC and Dayz bot. Now, uh, what I did here is very simple. I spawned in because there's no gun rack in the game. What I used to spawn in instead, just to get the right position, was the water pump. And I just placed it around exactly here. Yes. And I just use these numbers right here in my map group position file, and it will be in the paste bin with those exact numbers. So if your base is like mine on Copa, you can, I guess, use it if you like. It'll spawn right there exactly as I managed to spawn it. Now let's load into the server and show you guys how it spawned and what it's looking like. Here it is. This is what it spawned like. Obviously the gun rack didn't spawn in because it's not a spawnable thing, but I'll show you guys what's so great about this to have in your own base. So this M4 that I just picked up, fully kitted, mind you. I'll just watch that same location. There you go. Another one pretty much instantly spawned in. The M4 with all the attachments I told the spawnable types to spawn it with. And let's have a look at the AKM. There you go. That's an AKM with a 300 round mag, with a scope, a silencer, and everything attached. Here is the Black Mosin with the scope, and here is the M70 Tundra with the hunting scope. Now, what makes this honestly so great, and I'm actually going to use this for my base, so usually if you were to spawn a weapon for yourself in your base, you're going to have to do that either by using an NPC or a car, a backpack, a sea chest. Now, those things are great, but when you're using them, the guns, you'll have to spawn in the attachments separately. You'll have to spawn the mag separately. You'll have to put the scope, the silencer, the handguard, the buttstock, and so on, everything separately. And every time you want to pick it up, you'll have to redo it. Now, what's so great about this, it's ready to go, and it doesn't even look that bad. It honestly looks sick. It looks so good. So I'm really happy with the results. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more Dayz coding content to come.